All right, so today is our second lesson. We're going to talk about verb to be. Let's start with this is a book, for example, or it is a pencil. We want to make it simple at this moment.
Absolutely. Let's keep it nice and simple. So we'll stick with examples like this is a book and it is a pencil to get comfortable with the verb to be. Let's take it step by step.
All right, so let's use pretty much objects. For example, this is an umbrella. This is an umbrella.
Absolutely. We can definitely do that. For example, this is an umbrella is a perfect and super simple sentence. It's a great way to practice the verb to be with everyday objects.
Copilot, can you show me a picture of an umbrella, please?
I'd love to help show you an image of an umbrella, but right now I can't generate or display images while we're chatting with voice. If you'd like to see an image, just let me know and we can switch out of voice mode for a moment.
Okay, no, I will go ahead and search the information. Let me just type in the browser umbrella and look for the different images that I can see online for umbrella. Oh, that is perfect. I'm seeing such a great example. This is an umbrella at the beach, for example, that I'm looking at right now. Look at that.
Oh, that's
Uh, oh yes. Can you please repeat? I was so into it.
of course. So you might say something like, I was so impressed with that umbrella at the beach. It's just a nice, simple way to put it.
Now, was is not of the present. We are mostly working with the present at this moment, but is a good example of the verb to be. In fact, it is a past tense. Can you tell me which past tense is was and how do we use it? Maybe give me two examples.
Absolutely. So was is indeed the past tense of am or is when we talk about the verb to be. For example, you could say, yesterday it was sunny, or when I was a child, I loved reading books. So it's just a way to talk about the past form of to be.
Okay, give me just a moment to read that. Absolutely. So, was is indeed the past tense of am or is. When we talk about the verb to be, for example, you could say, yesterday it was sunny, or when I was a child, I love reading books. So it's just a way to talk about the past form of to be.
That's exactly right. You've got it. So whenever you need to talk about something in the past, you can use was for singular subjects. It's a simple and handy part of the verb to be.
Let's return to the present, simple present, and give me some example with is, like he is, she is, it is, the cat is on the table, for example.
Absolutely, let's do that. So for the simple present, you could say things like he is happy, she is reading a book, or it is a sunny day. Or just like he said, the cat is on the table. All of these are perfect examples of using is in the present simple.
What about it is a table? Will that be a good example?
Absolutely. That's a perfectly fine example. You can say it is a table. Just to state something simple in the present, it works perfectly.
All right, let's use a technology term. Let's go with this is a Cisco router.
Sure, let's do that. For a technology example, you could say, this is a Cisco router. It's a simple way to identify what the device is in the present tense.
Now that router seems more like an English accent from UK. Am I correct or am I mistaken?
You're absolutely right. I'm speaking with a bit of a UK English accent here, and that's why it might sound that way to you. It's all part of the fun.
All right, all right. How do you say the same sentence in English from Boston, for example? This is a router. Will that be similar?
Yeah, definitely. In a Boston accent, it might sound pretty similar, but you might hear a bit more of that local flair on the R. So you'd say, Dick is a rooster, but with a bit of that Bostonian twist.
Oh, this is a router. Will that sound similar?
Yeah, that's spot on. You've got that Boston accent coming through with that rooter, so it definitely sounds a bit more regional, and it's fun to play around with.
All right, let's go ahead with the term switch. This is a switch.
Absolutely, let's do that. So you'd simply say, this is a switch, and that's a nice clear example of using the present tense again.
Can we use the example with the accent from UK versus the accent from New York, for example?
Of course. So in a UK accent, I'd say, this is a switch with a bit of that British pronunciation. And in a New York accent, you might hear something like, this is a twitch with a bit more of that classic New Yorker vibe.
All right, it seems great. It seems great. I like the lesson so far. It's been very helpful. I want to thank you for your time. We can
You're
close
so
for
welcome.
today.
I'm really glad to hear that you're enjoying the lesson and finding it helpful. It's always a pleasure to help out.
All right, I'm going to continue to teach other lessons and go over other topics, but I am very thankful for the time and for your explanations today.
Absolutely. I'm really happy to have been able to help out today. It's been a pleasure chatting with you, and I'm sure you'll do great with your next topics. Thanks for spending the time with me.
All right, take care, copilot. I'll talk to you later. See you later.
Absolutely. Take care and have a wonderful day. I'll be here whenever you want to chat again. Talk to you soon.
All right, we got the first conversation. We've been practicing English, and that was great. That was amazing. But it's time to go to the lesson. And today we have vocabulary. And this is basically a car, a train, a train, a train, a bicycle. Now I'm seeing a couple of errors maybe here because I'm seeing some phrases that doesn't look like the way they are supposed to be. For example, this one. This is actually the Spanish un avión. The translation will be an airplane. An airplane. That will be the correct translation. So just for you guys, boys and girls, to be aware, that will be the correct translation. Let me switch this to a black color. So what about a bus? A bus. That is a bus. A bus. Maybe there is a problem in the translation. Train is right. Coche. Un coche. Mm, En algunos países de Hispanoamérica o el resto del mundo del español se utiliza automóvil, automóvil o carro. Ahora, ¿cómo diríamos? Este es un carro. Recordando un poco lo de la clase pasada, how would you um, write this sentence? This is a car. That's remembering from last lesson. This is a car. What about it is a train? It is a train. Great. What about this? This is an airplane. Airplane. That is great. Good job. Good job. What about a bus? This is a bus. And what about the last one? A bicycle. It is a bicycle. Bicycle. It is a bicycle. Great. You are doing such an amazing job. So let's continue with the book, and let me just close this for now. In fact, maybe I could actually clear those. Let me see if there's a way that I can clear those real quick. Let me just clear the drawings. Perfect. So, did you took a screenshot? If not, just go back to the video, return to the video, and that is the explanation that I gave you for those words. So let's continue with the exercises. Let me Decrease the size so you can see this a little bit better. And let's go with a car. Is this a car or a train? It's a car. Is this a train or a plane? It's a plane. Is this a bus or a plane? It's a bus. It's this a bicycle or a bus? It's a bicycle. Is this a train or a bus? It's a train. So let's continue practicing and mix up vocabulary with a new words, these 5 new words that we have been learning so far. So we are learning a car, a train, an airplane, a bus, a bicycle. There was an error here in the book. If you take a look, this is not right, this is not right. So what was the right for this one? It was an airplane. That was the right choice, right? An airplane. And we use the N because the other one starts with the vowel. That is a vowel. Then we have to use the N, the N. It's part of the English rules that we will learn later. What about train? It's not used there. A bus. A bus will be the right one for that one. All right, so let's continue working on this. Let's go ahead and clear the board. Let me go ahead and delete these words and let's continue with the practice. Okay, let's go here. Is this a train or a table? Is this a train or a table? It's a table. Is this a plane or a chair? It's a chair. Is this a bicycle or a pen? It's a bicycle. Is this a car or a phone? It's a phone. Is this a bus or a book? Is this a bus or a book? It's a bus. All right, all right. So we've been so far learning about these words, practicing vocabulary, remembering the verb to be. Now we are going to learn some other words and additional words we will be practicing. Now it's telling me these words, the conjunctions words. Let me see if I can translate all of them from Spanish to English. Let me just increase the size. So the first word would be and. The second word would be or. The other one will be bad. The other one, uh, así que. That's a difficult one. Nevertheless. Nevertheless is the last one. Nevertheless. Nevertheless. What about así que? Even though. Even though. That will be a good translation for now. So let's go ahead and do a drawing here. So this one will go with this one. This one will go with this one. This one will go along with this one. What about even so? Even so, that will be example for that one. And then sin embargo. Translating that from Spanish to English, it will be nevertheless. Nevertheless. Okay, so let's practice these words. Let's just practice them for a moment. We have the following. Let me just switch to a blue color, a yellow color. Is a green one. Is a green one. All right. So we have and, or, bad, even, so, even so. Is a phrase. It's actually 2 words, and then nevertheless. Nevertheless. I think we can also use however. But this nevertheless is more accurate. More accurate. Nevertheless. There is probably more words for that. There is probably more translations. English is actually sometimes we can translate a word from Spanish to several words in English. But for now, let's just learn those words and let's Let's keep them in mind. Let me just use the eraser. Let me just clear the board for a moment. Let me go ahead and look for this so I can delete the board. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. We're going to review this impressive process of learning. We are going to remember the importance of this first part about self-study that is going to come. Let's review the negative and affirmative in the third person of verb to be in simple present. And in this way, also to have a solid understanding of the vocabulary. So let's go, let's go. Let me use the blue color again. Let me just use the blue color here. But let me go with another one here. Let's go with this one. So we have the following. Let me just change this for a moment. Great. Is this a table? No, it's not. Is this a phone? No, it's not. Is this a pen? Is it a pen? No, it's not. Okay, let's go a little bit slower. Let's try to focus on those words and the pronunciation. Is this a table? No, it's not. Is it a phone? No, it's not. Is it a pen? No, it's not. Is it a train? No, it's not. What is it? It's a bus. Is this a book? No, it's not. Is it a is this a bus? Sorry, my mistake. I was just a little bit not concentrated at the moment. So let's start over. Is this a bus? No, it's not. Is it a book? No, it's not. Is it a car? No, it's not. Is it a table? No, it's not. What is it? It's a train. It's a train. Perfect. Congratulations, you're doing such an amazing job. Let's continue. So, why are we doing this? Even though it looks simple, um, for Spanish speakers, and also when we are studying English, we have to do this gymnastics. That's even a difficult word for me. Gymnastics practices of pronunciation and repeat over and over the words to improve our pronunciation, have a better understanding of the words and practicing the move of the thumb, for example, the pronunciation of the words. So that's pretty much the reason because we need to continue these gym exercises for pronunciation. Let's continue moving on. Let's continue moving on. So we're going to practice about the book, the chair, the telephone, going over a review of some of the stuff that we have been practicing before. So let's go with this one. Is this is a book? My mistake on this one. This is a book. This is a chair. This is a phone. This is a table. This is a pen. All right, so let's go with this one again because maybe I didn't pronounce it that very well. This is a pen. Much better, much better. This is a book. This is a chair. This is a phone. This is a table. This is a pen. This is a car. This is a train. This is a bus. This is a plane. This is a bicycle. Let's go over. Let me just clear the drawings for a moment. Remember, at which page are we? Page 45. We are at page 45. Okay, so let's go again. This is a car. This is a train. This is a bus. Remember the sound? Z, z, this, this. This is a plane. This is a bicycle. This is a bicycle. Now, how can you convert this into a question? How can we do that? Let me increase the size a little bit. This is a bicycle. How can we do that into a question? Is this a bicycle? Is this a bicycle? That's the way that we can convert that sentence into a question. Is this a bicycle? Repeat with me. Is this a bicycle? Great. Good job. All right, let's go with the negative. Let's go here. Let's learn something new. It was page 45. Let's go down. Let me increase the size a little bit. Let me change this color to a pink, maybe a green. Let's go, let's go. Okay. This isn't a pen. It's a chair. This isn't a table. It's a chair. Okay, my mistake, because this wasn't a chair. It was a table. So I pronounced this one incorrectly. So let's go again. This isn't a pen. It's a table. This isn't a table. It's a chair. This isn't a chair. It's a phone. This isn't a phone. It's a table. This isn't a table. It's a pen. Good. Good. Good job. Keep going. Okay, so let's go with this other section. Let me change to a pink color for the time being. Let's go. Let's go. This isn't a car. It's a bus. This isn't a bus. It's a chair. This isn't a chair. It's a plane. This isn't a plane. It's a pen. This isn't a pen. It's a phone. This isn't a phone. It's a bicycle. This isn't a bicycle. Let's go again with this one. This isn't a bicycle. It's a book. This isn't a book. It's a table. It's a table. Good. Keep going. Let's go ahead and do an F5 to clear the board, because I want to really, really quickly clear the board. We are in page 48 at this moment, and let's continue. Questions. Gymnastics for questions. Is this a? Is it a? What is it? Let's go, let's go. Let me change to red for now. Is this a book? No, it's not. Is it a table? No, it's not. Is it a chair? No, it's not. What is it? It's a pen. Great. Keep going. Now, what about translating these words from Spanish to English? Can you do it? Okay, the first one is go. The first one is go. The other one is no, no. And the other one, I don't really know it. I don't really know it in English. And this is a little bit difficult to translate. Maybe if we see the whole sentence, it will be easier. It will be easier to translate. We'll see. Let me look for the translation. Andar, let me look. Andar translated to English, because I don't really remember it. Now it's asking me to validate that I'm a human, not a computer. So give me just a moment to validate that. And let's see. To walk. To walk. That will be to walk. To walk. So we have to walk. We have to know. And we have to go. To go here. There you go. Amazing. Good job. El perro está en la calle. Ok. El perro está en la calle. ¿Está el perro en la calle? ¿El perro está en la calle? ¿Está en la calle el perro? Ok, en el castellano o en el español uno se puede básicamente hacer la pregunta como uno quisiera. Sin embargo, en inglés, siempre tiene que ir el verbo primero, como este caso, y después this, en este caso, this. Creo que sería el pronombre, más bien por ahí. Ok, is this a book? Is this a book? Vean entonces la estructura que lleva el verbo, el pronombre y el sustantivo, básicamente. Por ahí va el asunto. Sería el sujeto, el verbo, el sujeto y el complemento. Verbo, sujeto y complemento. Esa sería la estructura. Interesante. Okay, let's practice. Let's go, let's go. Let me change to a pink color for the time being. Is this a chair? Is this a table? Is this a phone? Is this a pen? Is this a book? Is this a car? Is this a plane? Is this a train? Is this a bicycle? Is this a bus? All right, let's go ahead and clear the drawing for a moment. At this moment, we are at page 51. Okay, there is more vocabulary, but I don't want to cover too much ground for the lesson. I think we have seen enough for today. We have completed until page 51 since the last lesson. We have this conversation with Copilot at the beginning of the lesson that what was very entertaining and interesting. So I hope that you have learned from this lesson. Remember, practice is the key to success. And I will see you at the top of success. Boys and girls, my dear students, take care. Until next time, see you later, alligator. See you, see you. Goodbye.